Hello everyone, welcome back into North of 7 Cards. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, North of 7 Cards, and on eBay, North-of-the number 7. We got for you the 2024 Panini Prizm Football Retail. It's a 10-box break. Here for break number 1. Let us know in the chat, who are we looking for today? We got 24 packs of box, and very fitting, the front of that box is one Jalen Hurts. Super Bowl MVP, off the schneid, all the way back to really the college days. Getting benched at Bama. The Eagles just really dominated that game. Like that was not a close game. What was it? Final was 18-point game, but really, I saw Mahomes' highlights from the Super Bowl. That started in the third quarter when it was already 34-0. That game was just a slaughter. The Eagles did something that, I mean, in the first half, I kind of said it reminded me a bit of the Bucs Super Bowl with Brady, and he made no mistakes and was 31-9, and the Eagles kind of just took that game to another level. The fact that it's so impressive to me a team can rush for and get pressure, and not just a little bit of pressure, but constant pressure on Mahomes. I don't even think they blitzed in the game. I mean, they might have blitzed or no, not even. I was gonna say on the other side. I don't even think they blitzed Kenny Pickett, but that was already, the game was over. And yeah, the Chiefs get like 2 garbage time touchdowns that mean absolutely nothing. They went for it twice, went for 2 twice. It was just a mess. The Eagles, as good as they looked, it was kind of a weary from the week before of, are we sure they're as good as they looked against the Commanders? And even though they scored less points, they looked better against the Commanders than they did. It's just unreal. Not something I don't think anybody expected. Here's a box number 1. Good luck, everyone. Prismatic Kool-Aid. Agent. Turner. Peyton. Fireworks Stroud. Byron Young. Ryman Fireworks for Malik Neighbors. Turner. Lassiter. Collins. And to finish off the first box, George Karlaftis. Didn't hear much of his name. Green ice at Karlaftis. And now we go, I mean, depending on how crazy of a football fan you are, you're either going until August, September, whichever you want to start counting football, or 7 weeks, and could be talking about the UFL. I think even the most diehard football fans are not even need a break, but just the UFL is not going to be the answer. Like UFL, AFL, like Arena, Canadian Football League, like these are just not sufficient to the type of football, the skill, speed, the size. These are all guys trying to make it to the NFL, and we just saw a very large group of them reach the pinnacle. And Eagles 2 Super Bowl titles in the last, I guess 2018 was their last one. Sirianni become the next, Doug Peterson. Hangs around for a couple extra years, rested on the win of the Super Bowl. He was already campaigning to try to keep Kellen Moore. I don't think that's going to work if he's got a head coaching job. Lisa Smith, Fireworks Baker, Donald, Stephon Diggs, Prismatic. It is Michael Penix Jr. Sit there, Prismatic Penix. Moss, great to see him back on the panel. Merchant Brooks, Richard, Conti, Not Portals, Brett Favre, Jekyll Wilson, Trotter, this will also be telling of which, because we love to compare Mahomes and Brady all day long. Is this more of the Giants Super Bowl, where they're gonna, I guess you could say either Giants Super Bowl, maybe more like the second Giants Super Bowl, because the Chiefs have already won a few, or is this the Eagles one that kind of was the beginning of the end, kind of derailed? Oh wait. Yeah, that was the Eagles Super Bowl. Because then that's when the Chiefs stepped in and took over. That Eagles year was the year that was going to be, I didn't want to say it was going to be Chiefs. Who was it? Chiefs Saints, people thought, I guess. Well, that might have been the Patriots-Rams year. I might be confused in Super Bowls. But how do the Chiefs bounce back? How do they fix this? I mean, get ready to see the money, the draft picks, offensive line. Weapons will come to Mahomes. They'll take less money to play with Patrick Mahomes. An offensive line is what they need to rebuild. Like, Tooney's good. He's got moved to left tackle. I don't really think that's like a fair spot for him. He's guard. Jawan Taylor, who surprisingly didn't have a lot of penalties in the Super Bowl. Like, I can only think of one that he had during the game, but probably need a right tackle. Like, honestly, outside of Creed Humphrey, even Trey Smith, who at one point pushed Jalen Carter into Mahomes, like almost like slingshotted him into Mahomes. It was a weird play. They just might need a whole new offensive line outside of, like, if you want to keep Tooney, if he's still playing as a guard, and Creed Humphrey at center. Outside of that, what are you really keeping on that O-line that you love? Not a lot. Dak, Walker, Henry, Washington, Surtain, Defensive Player of the Year. That caught me by surprise. Fisk, Caleb, Emergent Boat, Knicks. Sims. First, Goff in the silver. Oh, I mean, it's such a good looking product. Wilson, Marshawn Lloyd, Prismatic. Mata Sauce Gardner. Brian Thomas Jr. Ellis Portals Montana. That's just an uneasy picture. Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, I think the product's great. I think Prizm's got some great parallels. Did you buy retail? I think the inserts are very cool. You know, the portals, Emergent, Prismatic. I mean, it also depends what are you buying it for, what are you going in on it for, because, you know, for some people it's just fun and enjoyment, other people are flipping, there's plenty of different factors that go into it. Oh yeah, William. Fly Eagles 5. Not an Eagles fan. I'm wearing an Eagles hat just to, you know, celebrate, commemorate the win. I'm also not like a Chiefs hater like everyone else was. It just seemed weird, aggressive, and a little forced. People don't like seeing greatness. Trying to get Bo Nixon rookies. Yeah, it's simple as that. I mean, it's good that you got plenty of quarterbacks that are going to have some value. Nix, Penix, Caleb. I mean, Daniels. Probably should have started with him. Even McCarthy, until he starts playing, like, all we have to go off of was the flashes in the preseason, which looked pretty good, but we won't know if it's sustainable until maybe next year. Like, he had a setback and injuries. Yeah, the Star Wars break did already happen. Vodka. And depending on who you had, you might have pulled a banger. See the checkerboard so far. Juju is the one that I can see right in front of me. I'll check the rest of them. Sauce. Dak, Michael Wilson. Randy Moss. That's probably my personal favorite one so far. Mason Smith. Byron Young. Agent. No Luke Skywalker hit in it, unfortunately. There were some good ones though. Horn, get your cell phone out. Neighbors Prismatic. Forbes. Turner. Latu. See the Portals. Portal's such a sweet looking card. Worthy. Allstott. Polk. Montez Sweat. Not even the best Sweat. I mean, definitely William. Gotta fly with the Eagles. Coleman. Carries Robinson. Checkerboard. Andre Rison. Trice. Milton. Hype. Breece Hall. Sweet looking one there with the green ice. Montez Walker. William could have been more than happy with that performance. Only Super Bowl to me in my mind that comes close as like that dominant of a win was the Denver-Seattle one. So that's such a weird Super Bowl. It was outside in New York. That first play of the game, they snapped it over Peyton's head. It was a mess. Oh yeah, that's a Gianotto. That was a sweet one. It was good. Great time to hit it. I mean, didn't have an interception all year. Didn't he have two? Because he had the pick six. I remember that one, but I swear he had two. Hey, definitely, you got him before the Dejeen. The Dejeen hype train's got to be pretty big now. Oh, Bond had the other. Yeah, for some reason, I thought Mahomes threw three. But it's probably just the different angle that made me think it was the same one, or two different interceptions. Nealand. Checkerboard, L'Jarius Sneed. Irving. Hype. Travis Kelce. Oh, that's a hype train that's gone a little quiet. Jefferson, Purdy. Florney, the Prismatic, Ray Davis. Silver, Bobby Wagner. Garrett. Barner, Fireworks, Aroma, Dunze. Rome Fireworks. Jordan. Patton Sertan. McCarthy. Steele, the Emergent Lad McConkey. Caleb. There we go. Caleb Williams. That's a nice checkerboard. Caleb. Well, then those are gonna skyrocket for a bit. That Dejean hype as well. So this we got 4 boxes left, and that post football hasn't hit for me yet. Usually takes maybe a couple weeks, probably next Sunday, when it's like, oh yeah, there's nothing, there's no football for the next little bit. 'Cause I'm not even a preseason football. I think is people get a little too excited about that. Stewart. Kelsey. Pratt. Stewart. Rakestraw. Maserati Marv. The Fireworks. Jaden Daniels. Is that there for Daniels? The Fireworks. Stover, Blankenship. Silver. Right. London. Johnson. Fireworks. Mahomes. Lack thereof yesterday. Eric All. Earl Campbell. Black and white checkerboard. Campbell. James. Jenkins, Latu. Prismatic, Latu. Checkerboard, Cooper Cup. Where's Cooper going this offseason? Estime. I saw somewhere out there Cup to the Bengals, which is just, that would just be insane. The Bengals need defense though. As much as the Cup thing would be fun, it's not viable. It's not realistic. I'm sure whoever's got investments in Hurts, Barkley did just get kind of, the Chiefs did shut him down. That's probably the biggest compliment of their game, is that that's not how they lost. They let Hurts beat them, but Hurts then beat the brakes off them. And that play where, I don't even remember what the score was, but everyone in the world thought, oh, they're going to hand it off to Barkley. That makes sense. They're up big. What's the point? And Hurts pulled it back and he whipped that down the field for the Devonta Smith touchdown. That was insane. I can imagine the DeJean autos. It would be worth a tick more after performing like that on the world's biggest stage. He did. And credit to Kellen Moore, if that's his last day as an offensive coordinator, he game planned perfectly. And when the run wasn't working, they got Saquon into space. I think he still had just under 100 total yards, which is being held in check, that's for sure. But the run game wasn't working. He threw the ball. They were up big. They still threw it. They maybe a few times tried to keep it on the ground, but it was never going to work. And that beginning of the game felt like it was going to go one way. When the A.J. Brown pass interference, which was just a bogus call. Luckily, a bad call went the other way, too. So, evened up a bit. Drake May. Sanders. Lufau. Bowers. Another Bowers. Schultz. Robinson. Reggie Wayne. Robinson, Aaron Jones, Prison Break. Mitchell. Jackson. Isaac. Saw the MVP there. Baker. Hype. Jordan Love. Oh, Trice. Brooks. Worthy. Fireworks. TJ Watt. Kincaid in the checkerboard. Clellan. Back to the drawing board for those Chiefs. I was surprised to see Sirianni like, basically publicly campaigned for Kellen Moore to stay, even though he's probably about to become the head coach of the Saints, which kind of cool that he's going to be, if it's true, that he's going to be the head coach of the place that he just won the Super Bowl. Wouldn't even have to leave the city if he doesn't want to. Almost like immediately after, I'm already seeing odds like plus 650 for the Eagles to repeat. The sport, especially like year to year, is so different. Wait for the draft, wait for free agency. The contenders will emerge. Bills will be back. The Chiefs will be back. I'm trying to think of who else. Like San Francisco. All of the NFC North, as long as there aren't some huge changes to be made. Smith, checkerboard, Lamar. Oh, the MVP and runner-up. Some argue could have won it. Fisk, Coleman, Sanders, Wilson, Thrash, Pearsall, Portals, J.J. McCarthy, Culp, Rogers, not going back to the Jets. Thomas Jr., Laporta, Ellis, merge it to McCaffrey. Leggett. Checkerboard, Mike Evans. Mr. 1,000 yards, Dunze. Walker, Hype Allen. LaFleur. Washington. 2 boxes left. I definitely got some belief that the Eagles are going to be back. I think Howie Roseman's an incredible GM, and he made all these savvy moves to get them there in the first place. I don't think he's resting on anything to make big changes if he has to. What big changes would you really make? Nothing. This team is well balanced. Just run it back, make some tweaks. Add around the edges. It's not wholesale changes you need to make to a Super Bowl winner, but you also do need to adapt. You can't just sit on, it's great we won the Super Bowl, let's be happy for ourselves. You gotta make changes, but you can make changes, you can't alter your franchise. Offensively, unless that's the other thing, guys might be leaving. I would imagine there's some people due for payday that Eagles might not be so keen on giving it to them. But now it'll be time for the rumor mill. Cooper Cup, draft picks, big free agents. But we still gotta let the dust settle. Probably still have to let the Eagles sleep for a little bit. Maybe they slept on the plane, but I can't imagine there was much sleeping going on. Becton was incredible. The way he came back, was not expecting that. Thrash. Kittle. Horo. Lawrence. Brooks Gonzalez. Worthy and Purdy. McClellan. Checkerboard. Matthew Stafford. Verse. Telling you. Wilson. Caleb Williams Fireworks. Lassiter, Davis, May, Cade Stover. There we go, the rookie auto on the silver for Cade Stover. UFOW. Prismatic Cooper DeJean. Great timing for Cooper. Jewel. Bowers. And there we go, the last box here in our break. Last box magic. Hill, last box. Murphy. Nixon. Travis Worthy. Cowing. Clellan. Gold Turner. There's a Daniels, Benson. Arnold. Fisk. Rattler. Cooper. Penix. Portals. Lloyd. Milton. Penix. Gene. Scary Terry. Russell Hustle and Bustle Wilson. Kinstry. And that will complete our break. Alright, let's show you the nicer hits of the break. Got the Cade Stover rookie auto, Fireworks Caleb Williams, Fireworks Jaden Daniels, Checkerboard Caleb, and the Prismatic Michael Penix Jr. Alright everyone, that will wrap us up here for the 2024 Panini Prizm Retail 10-box break here for break number 1. Thank you everyone for joining. If you're going to join our later breaks, we will see you tomorrow. Take care everyone. Have a good night.